6:47, time now for the morning rush. Albuquerque Public Schools is responding to some backlash after one of its board members was caught bad-mouthing another board member during a recent meeting. During last week's meeting, board member Heather Benavides' husband wrote a vulgar message about Courtney Jackson, a message that Heather liked and agreed with. Jackson says though they spoke, Benavides has not apologized. A Torrance County community is still looking for answers as to why they've had little to no water for the past 3 months. According to the State Public Regulation Commission, the Melody Ranch Water Company says the problem stems from a well that's not producing enough water. The PRC is planning to visit the water company site this week. Officials with the University of New Mexico are proposing a major expansion for the School of Medicine. The executive vice president of UNM Health Sciences went before state lawmakers, arguing a major investment into the medical school is essential to getting more physicians in the state. The university says construction of the proposed new facility would be complete by 2030. Ryan.
And it's a beautiful morning out there with a beautiful sunrise scene across the Lane of Enchantment. The Tahoe Valley could see the sun along the High Line, still shrouded in darkness in the valley. 46 degrees right now, the Tahoe Valley, 97% humidity. Still humid, still good chances of rain today, but hotter and drier ahead.
A Santa Fe man is waking up behind bars accused of killing his own brother. Santa Fe police say they received a call from a woman who said that she found her boyfriend, Michael Valdez, dead inside of a home on Calle de Resolana. The woman told officers Michael was with his older brother, Robert Valdez. Officers tracked down Robert and say they found him with blood on his clothes. He's now facing charges. The DEA's new agent in charge of the El Paso sector recently spoke on his fight to crack down on drugs here in New Mexico. Special agent in charge Omar Arellano has been with the DEA for more than 2 decades. Arellano says his office is committed to cracking down on the illegal drug trade here in New Mexico and in West Texas, but he also wants to increase education. Crews still fighting a wildland fire burning thousands of acres in the Gila National Forest. The Goose Fire has burned 3,060 acres and is 0% contained. Officials say visitors to the Gila Wilderness need to be aware that the fire is burning near Goose Lake Trail 238, Monument Ridge Trail 254, and Pack Saddle Trail 732. Ryan.
And still good chances of rainfall, including parts of the Gila National Forest, but still a very likely chance of flooding in parts of northeast New Mexico around the Hermits Peak Calf Canyon area and that possible threat around Ruidoso. It'll be a little bit warmer today for some areas. Fewer storms today in the Rio Grande Valley. Storms mostly in the northern and central mountains. And for your Thursday, we will be seeing most of the storms migrating to the northeast. Temperatures will be heating up. And even if fewer storms for your Friday, some areas getting close to 100 degrees. More storms will start to return, though, later this weekend.
New Mexico State University is now offering people a chance to learn about chili. The university is open for self-guided tours at their Chili Pepper Institute teaching garden. The garden's theme, Flavor Nuances, highlights the subtle and unique flavor profiles in more than 150 chili peppers. Tours are free and reservations must be made at the institute. The city of Albuquerque is pushing a plan to move the historic Valentine Diner. The traveling Valentine Diner, known as the Little House Diner, is currently in Nob Hill, where it's being repurposed as a police substation. Now the city is proposing to move it to the Route 66 Visitor Center, where it will be restored as a functioning diner. The commission will vote on the plan at their next meeting. And we are learning more about how a slowdown in the national film industry is being felt here in New Mexico. For years, the state has worked to entice productions with a tax rebate of 25 to 40%, depending on where the shooting takes place and the type of production. Now Santa Fe Studios is up for sale, and the film office says they hope to see the new owner keep it running as a film studio. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic right now, maps are mostly clear. No major accidents or slowdowns, although there might be an accident getting closer to the Big I. Let's take a look at Tracker. Right now it's heading west in I-40 near 6th Street. A beautiful sunrise scene. Traffic, again, mostly moving along okay. We'll have more traffic updates as we get closer to the morning commute.
Well, visitors to Ohio State Fair will get a look at some unique art. Sculptures of cows and construction workers were unveiled Tuesday, made entirely of butter. The exhibit is titled Pardon Our Dust. That's because there's renovations happening at the fairgrounds in Columbus. The butter will be recycled after the fair ends.
And now it's time for the 5 Facts. At number 5, New Mexico State University is now offering people a chance to learn about chili peppers. The university is open for self-guided tours at their Chili Pepper Institute teaching garden. The garden's theme, Flavor Nuances, highlights the subtle and unique flavor profiles in more than 150 chili peppers. Tours are free and must be made at the Institute. The garden will close for tours around late October.
And number 4, we are learning more about how a slowdown in the national film industry is being felt here in New Mexico. The state film office says it started with an industry-wide shutdown in 2023 when the actors and writers unions both held strikes. For years, the state has worked to entice productions with a tax rebate of 25 to 40%, depending on where the shooting takes place and the type of production. They're hopeful the industry will bounce back with new projects expected to film in the fall.
And at number 3, thunderstorms still likely in parts of the Rio Grande Valley, but generally storms will be fewer and farther between. A lower chance of flooding today in Ruidoso. So even if there is flooding, the flooding won't be at the magnitude we saw yesterday and also especially, of course, earlier in the week. Still a likely chance of flooding around the Hermit's Peak Calf Canyon burn scar and still plenty of storms in the Northeast Highlands. We'll see fewer storms tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday with hotter weather as a result. More storms will cool things off Sunday into next week.
And number 2, officials with the University of New Mexico are proposing a major expansion for the School of Medicine, hoping to address the state's healthcare worker shortage. The executive vice president of UNM Health Sciences went before state lawmakers, arguing a major investment into the medical school is essential to getting more physicians in the state. Last year, the university proposed to double the size of the School of Medicine at an estimated construction cost of $600 million. At the time, $30 million was appropriated for planning and design. Officials say that the construction could be completed by 2030 if approved. And at number 1, Albuquerque Public Schools is responding to some backlash after one of its board members was caught bad-mouthing another board member during a recent meeting. During last week's APS school board meeting, board member Heather Benavides' husband was following the meeting and sent her a text that read, "Courtney is a C word," to which Benavides wrote back, "A stupid one at that." Jackson sent a statement saying in part she was made aware of the comment and reached out to Benavides. Jackson says though they spoke, Benavides has not apologized.